President Trump says he'll review the controversial murder case against former U.S. Army commando Mathew Golsteyn. Last week, Golsteyn was charged in the 2010 killing of an Afghan man suspected of killing 2 U.S. Marines.
In a tweet yesterday, the president called Golsteyn a military hero. David Martin is at the Pentagon with the details.
He was lucky enough to survive war and has come home to be ripped apart by his own government.
On Sunday, Julie Golsteyn expressed frustration at the charges facing her husband, Major Mathew Golsteyn. Less than an hour later, President Trump tweeted he would review the case. Major Golsteyn was leading a detachment of Green Berets in Afghanistan in 2010, operating with U.S. Marines, 2 of whom had been killed by a roadside bomb. An Afghan suspected of making the bomb was captured, and according to Army documents, Golsteyn later admitted that because he didn't have enough evidence to hold the Afghan, he, quote, assassinated him, end quote, had no qualms about what he did because he couldn't have lived with himself if the suspected bomb maker would have killed another soldier or Marine. His attorney, Philip Stackhouse, denies Golsteyn said that.
Matt participated in an ambush that resulted in the killing of a Taliban bomb maker. An ambush is what it was.
The Army conducted an investigation, and Golsteyn was stripped of a Silver Star, kicked out of Special Forces, and ordered discharged from the Army. But no formal charges were filed. Then, 2 years ago, during an interview with Fox News, he was asked about the killing.
Did you kill the Taliban bomb maker?
Yes.
That triggered a second investigation, which led to the recent charges.
What is it like going from war hero to accused war criminal? Are you angry?
No. It has been incredibly painful, very difficult.
David Martin is at the Pentagon and joins us now. David, so what's next in this case? What's the Pentagon saying?
Well, the first thing that has to happen is that the Army, the prosecution, has to disclose to Major Golsteyn's defense team exactly what evidence they have to justify this charge, which is a charge of premeditated murder. This is about as serious as it gets. And the attorney for Major Golsteyn has said that the Army has intimated to him that they have new evidence in this case. We don't know what that new evidence is, but one possibility obviously would be that another member of Major Golsteyn's unit came forward with information about how this suspected bomb maker was killed. The next thing that happens in court is there will be a hearing probably in the first few months of next year that will determine if there is enough evidence to proceed with the court-martial of Major Golsteyn.
So, David, listen, we know that the president has weighed in, called Golsteyn a hero. Can we talk a little bit about the sort of impact that this could have on his case moving forward when the president determines that he is a hero before the court does?
Well, the Uniform Code of Military Justice is very clear that any senior commanding officer, and of course President Trump is the most senior commanding officer when it comes to the military, any senior commanding officer is prohibited from making statements that might unduly influence the outcome of a case. Now, if you read that tweet by the president, he seems to have been very careful not to take a position, because he does call Major Golsteyn a hero, but the word hero is in quotes. And so the implication is that he is attributing that judgment to someone else. So if you read that tweet carefully and literally, the president is not expressing an opinion about the guilt or innocence of Major Golsteyn.
A subtle but important observation, David. Thank you.
Sure thing.